Dude, they are Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists murdering me and depriving my kids of everything. Literally everything. And especially my daughter. Especially my daughter. I want those bitches sentenced to death, you hear me? I don't want them near my kids. Like, this is way out of control. Those fucking whores are murdering me, knowing damn well I have a 15-year-old daughter, and they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. They really don't give a shit. It's like someone, like, you go to the hospital because you're having a panic attack and someone suffocates you. Like, one of the doctors suffocates you. Like, that's the shit they're doing. It's weird, but it's like a telepathy, mind control, mind reading, body control weapon. This weapon is so fucking sophisticated, and it's a weapon of mass destruction, and they could do it this is insane. I want them to die. Please, 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 please. Help me sentence them to death. I don't want those bitches around my kids at all. Or any kids for that matter. Oh my freaking God. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists. And when I make it obvious that it's them, the men get more aggressive with me because they don't want me explaining that I hear the bitches in my head. But please, please, please help me, protect me. I'm in Florida. It's the same terrorists I hear when in California. I drove to South Beach today. I heard the whore bags in my head. Today when I went to South Beach, which, by the way, I will never drive there during the day. Ever again. I mean, well, maybe, I don't know. It was so goddamn hot today. And then the terrorists were screaming in my head. Screaming. Phone down. They don't make sense to me. Like, I've come to every logical, like, everything I've like come to as far as like the logic behind. The thing is, like, I have kids, so if someone's holding a gun to your head and they're like, okay, move and die or scream and die, and there's a crowd of people, I mean, you're gonna scream, right? Because you're like, okay, well, if I die, they're dead, right? Or these bitches they'll take off running, right? You're not gonna, but if you're like in the middle of nowhere and they have a gun to your head and they're like, okay, scream and die, it just makes no sense to scream. Like, no one's there to hear you, and like you're that bond between you and that psychopath, like, you have to somewhat establish it. So naturally you shut the fuck up. With the situation with the terrorists talking in my head, it's like, it's clear as day. I mean, they're making me dizzy right now, so I just want to make that clear. I'm driving, and this affects everyone. They're playing with my vitals. Like, my blood pressure drops, and then I feel like they're taking control of my vehicle. You can almost feel the force of the weapon, like, putting strain on the car. So, anyways, like I was saying, what was I saying? Because I'm playing with my head. they're playing with my head, so I forgot what I was saying. So I'd forget what I was saying. Oh yeah, about the kids. Like, I don't want those bitches anywhere near anyone's kids. Like, they're murdering people's parents so the kids don't have anyone to support them. And murdering their parents or making them ill or depriving, or they're retarding their, like, this is crazy. The amount of abuse, this is murder. They're talking in my head, they're murdering me, my kids. This is complete murder. This is murder. But depriving my kids so that they can find a means to get away with to find arguments to remain behind the weapon, find arguments as to why they didn't come forward when they heard the voices I heard, which is clearly them. They're, come up with ways to play with my head so that, or play mind games with me so that the algorithms of they can manipulate my mind so that the weapon reads like what I'm thinking, and they want me to think as though I'm okay when I'm not. I'm not okay. My kids are not okay. These bitches are murdering us. But they're trying to do that, and at the same time, they're playing with my head. I was supposed to turn left, darn. They're making me turn. This is just so much fucking abuse. Trying to, and at the same time, trying in case other people are investigating them, and there are subliminal messages all over the news, all over the radio, that there are plenty of entities that are pursuing an investigation on the terrorists and the quote-unquote investigations they're conducting. And and so to steer me away from credible people, so no one's records provide that I was present. And at the same time, if let's say I were at the same place as someone who died later in that day and I happened to catch a glimpse of them, then that would entitle the government to have ownership of the records, or keep, the records would have a criminal significance to the case if they're trying to piece something together. So they want me away from people, away from and in this house, fucking some loser that wants to do drugs all day while they torture me to death and try and get me to commit suicide. That's what. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place, but it's part of, I want you to understand what they're doing to me. So I want you to hear my speech. I want you to hear how off I sound. I want you to know what's going on with, I want you to see and hear everything that's going on with me. And I want you to know what I'm I want to do my best to explain, so you can see that they're intentionally retarding me so that I can't explain. I want to try to continue to explain what's going on, so you can see what, like, that they're playing with my brain. They're playing with my brain activity, so I can't explain. I want it to be known. Now they're calling me a kelba, and it's bothering them that I'm trying over and over again to bring them, like, to open up an investigation on these terrorists, and they keep calling me a kelba, that means a bitch, over and over again in my head, and making spitting sounds and retarding me. Now they're playing with my vitals. Now she's playing with my stomach is hurting. I got dizzy. I was supposed to make a left, and I didn't. I ended up going straight because they're occupying all these different parts of my brain these channels would be open to process so I can move freely. I wouldn't even be making these videos. But they're so heavy playing with my head. Anyways, I have to get off this phone. Well, I guess I don't have to, but it may cut off because I need to know where I'm going. They're making me dizzy, by the way. They're playing with my vitals, and like my stomach, all of a sudden I felt nauseous and I feel lightheaded. I want them to die. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists. They're talking in my head. They're trying to make me look drunk when I'm not. They're saying fuck you in my head. Dude, this is fucking crazy. I want the bitches to die.